Hello there and welcome back, Cozy Club. We've got ourselves a pretty cool video for you guys today for Disney Sorcerer's Arena. Now, Summoner Showdown, we've had about 3 of them so far, and we're going to be making a tier list, not on the characters that have already been in the Showdown, but of every single character that has the possibility to be in Summoner Showdown. Now, the devs have already stated to us that they're not going to be putting any crazy powerful characters in the Showdown as of this time, and I don't know why Moana made it and Honey Lemon, and there's a few exceptions, but what we did is we took the tier list from June and we took away the S and A plus characters. Now, characters like Captain Jack Sparrow would have had no chance, and so what you guys are going to watch today, instead of a kind of neat edited video, is we did an entire Twitch stream dedicated to placing these characters. So it's going to be a little bit of a longer video today. If you want to see the full tier list, you're welcome to skip to the end. But if you want to see why we ranked all the characters into their certain spots, this is going to be the video for you guys. Now, let me know, did we get anyone way wrong? Is there anyone you would move personally? But from here on out, we're going to go ahead and let the Twitch stream play. We edited it down to make it pretty easy to watch, and you guys will really understand why I place characters into certain tiers. We've got the August tier list coming right around the corner, and if you want a style similar to this one, let me know down in the comments below. Now, you'll notice as we rank these characters, they're not going to be in order within the tiers like my usual tier list. I'll go ahead and make a pretty graphic at the end, and I'll put it on my Discord. If you guys want to see me do these live again, feel free to follow me on Twitch. We had an awesome time doing this, guys. So let's go ahead and get started, and we'll see you at the end of the video. So starting off with Raya. Now, if we think about Raya, we're not going to go into every character. I feel like Raya, though, let's face it, not a lot of people know what she has to offer. Raya is pretty much already by herself without the synergy. You've got the adventure synergy, and the evade passive might be nice. Honestly, I think she's going to be better in the Summoner Showdown than she is in PvP. I feel like maybe a B or C rank feels about right. Her damage isn't bad either. It's going to be tough to call. Again, when I pull out these characters, just kind of list where you think they're going to be at. Really, her only synergy is going to be adventurers. I just don't see her having much more synergy than that. If they have, you know, with Raya, if there's a lot of adventurers, you're going to get the turn meter boost. I would maybe put her at an A. We're going to try to just use solo viability. We're going to try to say no synergy. Kind of stand alone. How do they feel? How do they feel? A lot of you guys are saying B. We'll place her here and kind of customize it. I think that's a good start for her, though. Syndrome. Now, Syndrome's a fun one. Syndrome, I feel like, is going to be awesome in the Summoner Showdowns. Now, first and foremost, and don't kind of pay attention from left to right. First off, Syndrome's got a stun. He's got a great AoE. He does some pretty good damage. The only thing that has me a bit worried about him, if we can find him here, the only thing that has me a bit worried about Syndrome is his, where is it now? Where's it now? Villain here. His speed. 120. He's got that average speed. I think he has a +8. I think we can move on. I think Syndrome with the stun is going to be really clutch. His damage is going to be pretty solid too, overall. So we'll move on from that. Mr. Robin Hood, I think, honestly, I think Robin Hood is easily an A tier. Easily an A tier, providing a row of crits. His damage is through the roof. He's pretty fast as well. Standalone wise, Robin Hood's gonna be legit. It's gonna be legit. Genie, we've used him. You know, Genie's okay. Genie, it was not as good as I thought he would be. He's still great. I like that he transfers. I like his silence. I like that he stacks with the basics. His invincibility is pretty clutch. I kind of feel like he's a B. I feel like a B is probably right with what he offers overall. Keep in mind, guys, we're going to be using this tier list on YouTube, so it's important we get this right. Pluto. You know, how is Pluto by himself? I feel like S6 is going to struggle a bit. I feel like they might struggle a bit. Let's look at Pluto here. So Pluto... defense down. He's got the taunt, which is going to be nice. The tenacity down. Haste. I don't think it's anything crazy. Like, I don't know if I'm going to lock Pluto in as a pick. I could definitely see Pluto being in there as a pick. he doesn't do anything super notable. Yeah, I don't think he does. I think we'll put him in C. He's very annoying in Ascension, but he's with the S6. So I don't know. I feel like C is right. And if we feel like we need to start moving down characters down to D and F, we can. He hits pretty hard. Yeah, I agree. He does slap. But when you have everybody by themselves, we'll put him in C tentatively and like just kind of see where he ends up from there. Demona, guys. I don't know. Demona's damage is kind of bonkers. Demona's damage is kind of out of control. I think that Demona... If we go to villains, Demona, I just took up... I mean, first of all, look at her speed, guys. 138 speed without a speed stone. With a speed stone, she's pushing 158. For reference, guys, that's booking it. So she's got the speed. Like, if you guys want to see just how much she's booking it here, I don't have speed stones on all my guys, but 158, look at that. That's the fastest person that I have in my inventory at the moment. So I feel like Demona is a lot better than people think. I think standalone, she'll be pretty solid. I feel pretty solid about that. I think A or B feels about right. Continuous damage, it depends who she's with, but this recite here deals some pretty nasty damage at T8. Turn start, she gets extra damage. She ignores defense. Demona's a tougher one. B or A is kind of where I feel. I think the speed in her stats, like not just her speed, but her offense too. That's top tier offense. Top tier offense as well. Stats matter more than kind of ever in the Summoner Showdown. Look at this, guys. I mean, she's right here. The only people above her are like the noticeable S tier characters as the stats go. Even Wasabi. I mean, it's kind of crazy. So Yzma's got some heals. She blends in with his background like a son of a gun. I'm going to say C right off the bat. It takes her a turn to get her big reduction. Simba kind of gets that anyway. Her heals ain't too good. I don't even know if C is good enough. D is tempting. Yeah, D is tempting just Willis. The speed meter, and then she sits there. Yzma and Showdown will be B, maybe A. What makes you think that? I mean, again, I think she's got decent turn start. I just don't see her being too crazy. Even at T8, it's not like she's jumping off the page by any reason. But let's go ahead and take a look here one more time. Let's go Yzma. I don't know. She's got some healing, which is kind of nice. This is situational, but you only use it once. I'm feeling like C. I'm feeling like C. Prince Eric, you guys are going to call me crazy. I think Eric could be S or A tier. I mean, I would be tempted to put him here. I would be tempted to put Prince Eric in S tier for the Summoner Showdown. Let me make my case. He's going to be making a video coming up here soon about the most underrated characters in the game. I think that he has just really good team viability. I think he's going to be very, very tough to take down. Like, really extremely tough. Why is this? Oh, this is on offense. Okay. Look at this. Prince Eric, okay? First and foremost, he's going to give, if he's with Oceanics, he's going to give them turn meter. He's got consistent taunt. He gives himself turn meter, giving AoE, crit damage reduction, and defense. He's going to be continually taking turn meter from the enemy. Maybe S is a little high. Maybe S is a little high. I just like his overall team viability. So I feel like A is probably where he's going to end up in my book. Again, we're trying to do solo viability, so it depends on his Oceanic friends. A might be a little... Yeah, we'll have to see. We'll put him like right here for now. Bo Peep. Bo Peep. I mean, she's definitely all about if she gets Toy Story characters with her. But Bo has me pretty excited. Bo... I think when... Guys, again, keep going back. Try to remove everything you've thought about these characters. We're talking about... solo viability, right? Where do we think they're going to end up? Hopefully you guys are enjoying this, guys. Let me know in the chat with an emote if you guys like what we're doing here. Think about Jack Sparrow, man, how good he was. If we go to Bo here, Bo's got a lead, which is going to help. She's got a stun on a flanking row that is pretty good. An assigned taunt, good survival. I don't know. This is why this mode and this tier list are going to be so fun, chat, because I feel like maybe B, but I feel like we're putting a lot of people here. Miss Meg. Oh, Meg. I mean, Meg's got harmful immunity. She's got harmful immunity. She's got good undefeatable. Her damage is lacking. So Meg, I think, is C. And it's not, again, guys, remove everything you know about the game, essentially. I think Meg is great. But We're talking solo viability. What does she bring into the fight? I think Meg would be D. I think I'm okay with that. I think that Meg is one of those characters that is really reliable on Hercules. I think she's going to be our first D tier, and I honestly don't really have a problem with that. Scar. So we saw Scar. We saw him in the 2 showdowns ago. We have him coming up on this next showdown. Scar is pretty interesting. His blind's nice. His tactics is still a little wonky. Doesn't work exactly right with his passive. I think that Scar's a B. This guy right here, Baloo. Now, obviously, I didn't use him a ton, as you guys know. Doug, thank you so much, man. It's been a quiet day. Doug coming with a gifted sub to the name I can't say. Thank you, man. I think S is a little high. I think I could say Baloo is A tier, though. I think he did enough for the team. I don't love him. B is probably where I would put him. I feel like he's going to get a lot of love. I don't know. What do y'all think? Okay, we'll put him in A then until the poll comes up. We'll put him in A. I think that's safe to say. I like the discussion here. Jack, guys. Call me crazy. I think Jack is going to be A tier. No question about it. I think Jack will be legit in the Summoner Showdown. I think that he's got everything you kind of need in a solo character. Let's go to his kit. If you guys don't know, yes, he is still a little random, but he does insane damage. He's not going to be able to be shut down. He strips buffs. He converts buffs. He puts continuous damage on the field. He gives himself buffs. He's pretty fast. I think Jack could be a legit character, and A tier feels really right. Like his kid, you know what? We'll put him here. It might move. We'll put him here. You guys are saying A for Baloo. Okay, we'll leave it up. I would agree. He's got 2 tactical nukes on him, and by the time that's there, he's gonna be done. I don't know. He's going to be reasonable. What a world we live in where Jack is S tier. That is why this game is looking legit with Summoner Showdown. Hopefully they make a couple tinks and kind of make the mode a little bit more clean, but I love it. Jasmine. I don't think she gets S tier. I think it's safe to say A is good. You know, I felt like with Jasmine, you get the Raja out there, and after the Raja's out there, you kind of feel like you're done with her use and viability. You're hoping she assists with Raja. I think her speed and lack of purging on the enemy team, like a good Raja placement can win you the game. I think A is probably a good spot for her. Let's see what you guys are saying. I'm leaning towards A. The chat seems like it's kind of split. You guys let me know. I would still go with Eric over Jasmine myself. We'll throw up a poll and then we'll go ahead and get this out. All right, we've got Mr. Bob, Mr. Incredible, guys. Don't know if he's going to be anywhere near S like Jack. I think he's got some good. I can take him to gear 8 if I wanted to. If he's with Incredibles, he'll be great. He has a 2-turn taunt, and he has an assist calling ability. His lead is okay. It does tenacity. Again, if we're using Eric as like kind of the tank, I think C is going to be probably where I put him, not even B tier. Unless, again, this is solo viability, but unless he is with other Incredibles, if he's not, I see him below that. Mr. Pete. We had Pete. He did okay. He has an assist calling ability. He has a tactical nuke with his second spec. You can basically pick somebody on the enemy team to delete, right? You can pick somebody that doesn't get to play the game anymore. However, he's a little on the slow side. I like his one-shot ability, but once that's over, he has a counter too. Pete's kind of tough. He kind of floats between B and A, in my opinion, somewhere in between there. I'll be honest, Ariel, though, she may not be bad, y'all. Again, I'm going to just keep saying Captain Jack Sparrow until it burns in people's heads. We would have never thought he would have been great, right? Ariel, the AoE heal might be clutch. This maxed out at level 4. This move is going to slap some pretty good damage. Probably B, though. Ariel's pretty slow. I've got her at what? Gear 8, and she's at 125. So she's a little below average. She's 3 below average. Or A feels good to me. I'm pretty good about that. Manticore. Is it just me, or did y'all feel like this was about her performance 2 weeks ago? See, I feel like the heals make her a little bit better than Hopper. I think Manticore could maybe be F. Yeah, I like... Manticore, here's the thing. Manticore has a decent stun, and she has a decent taunt. So I don't know if I could put her in F. I think D feels a little bit more right because of her stun and that she taunts. But outside of that, just bleh. The mythical healing's nice. C only because of the stun. That's the thing. I feel like crowd control and harmful effects are going to be more important than ever for Summoner Showdown. C feels about right. Hold on, guys. Let's go ahead and get to the next one. And I want you guys to list off who you think on this next one here. Oh, here we go. Here comes all the Buzz fans. Buzz Lightyear. Where's Buzz going, guys? Where's Buzz going? If Claw... Okay, here's the deal. If Claw is a spell we can use, I think Buzz is going to be A to S. If it's not, I think he's more B to B. I think he does finally shine in Summoner Showdown. I feel pretty good about it. A tier with Claw, without Claw, S with it. Yeah, I think I can agree. He's going to be the fastest one on the field. He's got good high damage. He's got a good stun. He can assist with his fellow teammates. I'm telling you, I think that he's there. Neo Master saying B. Okay. Sorcerer Mickey, guys. Call me crazy. Call me crazy. I think he's low A. I think Sorcerer Mickey's going to be low A, and I'll tell you why. Again, I'm going to have to make my case for some of these low-end, these low ends. Hey, what's up, Fate with the badge? Coming in with 5 viewers. Welcome in, buddy. Welcome in. How you doing, Fate? You're a good guy. You've got the turn meter reduction and high damage. Spellbinding is going to be really good for the AoE slow. He's fast. He's got a decent passive. Honestly, I think A or B. Maybe A's a little high. I don't have him at gear 8.5. If someone has him, let me know. He gets decent speed. I like the AoE he brings. Maybe B. Maybe B feels a little bit more right. He's got really good control. It like brings me back to the early days of this game, and he was really good whenever you didn't have the AoE legendary crazy people. Next up on the list, we have Violet. I think he could be A or S with the AoE. See, Crixus, you know what I'm talking about here, buddy. We'll get a pull up on him. I want to say A. Let's do S, A, and B for the options. But the assist is going to be nice. Again, y'all want to think, you got to try to remove the legendaries, the counters. You really want to just think about how these people are going to be by themselves, and I feel like the AoE is going to be pretty clutch. Hook is probably the most disappointing rework that we've had in quite some time. It did nothing to him. In fact, I think it made him worse with the cooldown they did for his passive. If there's shields, he'll be okay. He can call his teammates to assist. You'll have to sell me on Hook, guys. I think he's got no harmful effects that are going to be super impactful. I don't think Hook does anything different. We just skipped Violet for whatever reason. I'll put it over here. I feel like C is where I'm going to put him. I think C is where I'm going to put him. I feel like that's a safe bet for Mr. Captain Hook. I feel like that's a safe bet for the Hook. Monterey Jack. I felt like Monterey did a lot. I felt like Monterey was a great character through and through. I felt like he really helped out the team. I think A tier makes sense. I think it makes sense with the way that he gains... With the way that he gains taunt, with the way that he gains, he has a stun. I think really low A, maybe. But I like his control. Yeah, I feel good about that. I feel good about that. Jafar's wicked fast. But that's an 8.5. Keep in mind, this is not... If we're not saying T8, like, okay, for Krakens, I like Jafar up here. For not Krakens... You might be able to shut him down pretty easily. Really, like, he's going to get all of the... Jafar is going to get all the focus. If he's with villains, he can definitely be A. I think Jafar is going to get all the focus, though. Like, that's who if he was on the field and he's not going before me because he's not 8.5, he's dirt slow. He's dirt slow, and he has a charm that's a 2-turn charm. This is probably the most difficult decision here. He goes from having lightning fast speed to really nothing. I just don't. I think that he's going to be controlled. I think B, the 2-turn charm. Like, here's the deal. If Moana's on the other team and you get Moana for 2 turns, that'll be great. But yes, I think 8.5 or nothing. B feels good. Yep. Okay. Again, we're going to mainly judge this on T8 with a little bit of love for T8.5, kind of in between there. And I'll make the points on the video too. You guys are helping out with this video, essentially. Maurice. I loved my Maurice, man. I freaking love my Maurice. I think Maurice was a game changer. I think Maurice with the double crit, he might even be S. I think with the double crit, with the AoE bomb, with the summon abilities, with the leadership, I like Maurice in Summoner Showdown. Hell, he's the summoner leadership. You know what I mean? Sheriff of Nottingham, man. Convince me otherwise. His passive is going to still do what it does best. His damage is still going to be great. Talk about a damaged character. I don't even know if he would make Summoner Showdown. Like, he would be clearly the guy to take in. I think that he reigns above the other for his scheming passive. Yeah, agreed, right? That's what I'm thinking. You guys vote up above for the Maurice. Mulan. Mulan's pretty underrated. Mulan has great... Mulan's bait... So she has a silence. That's going to be great. She's fast. She hits like a truck. Her basic removing turn meter, I think, is pretty awesome as well. Where are you, Mulan? I don't even know where I have her on here. I feel like without princesses, she would struggle. I don't know why I can't find her. I'm going to have to go sort by princesses. However, I don't know. She's a tough one. Like, if you don't kill her, she's going to kill your whole team. I need to see her in the showdown. I agree, Melee. Like, I feel like she could have a little Jack Sparrow to her because that AoE. But her AoE is on such a long cooldown. So that's what has me a little bit puzzled. Okay. Gizmo Duck. Woof. Gizmo is going to be annoying as hell. Woof. I mean, like, if there was an A+, he'd be there. Maybe even S. Like, Gizmo. Ooh, Gizmo's going to be tough, guys. Gizmo has great leadership. Gizmo gives shields like crazy. He gives magic cooldowns. Oh, man. Gizmo would be annoying as hell. I think A tier feels probably right. I mean, he can extend debuffs. This move alone in Summoner Showdown would be such a problem. It would be so annoying. I feel like A makes sense. What's up, Ariel? Welcome in. Yokai. Oh, man. Yokai's going to slap, dude. Yokai's going to be great. I think that's another A. It feels weird placing all these characters in A. And we want to have a good spread. But Yokai, just for the micro barriers here. Unleash is going to be great turn 1. Maybe he's B. The microbots, like, the microbots are going to help a lot on poke damage and purge. Guys, whoo, baby. Could we get Minnie in Summoner Showdown? Minnie's going to be a tank, dude. Guys, Minnie, we could... Here's the deal. If we got Barley and Minnie, you're looking at a turn 1 triple charm. Her damage, she's got... For whatever reason, people don't realize that Minnie has some of the highest offense in the game. Minnie, whoo... Like, let's say, if you were to have a list of the characters I don't want to play, she's on the top. She's on the top. In Summoner Showdown, she'd be nuts. Talk about probably one of the toughest ones to rank. S, a tough A tier. I feel like Minnie is going to be dependent on who she's with. I don't know. I'd put her above. I'd for sure put her above like Yokai. I love Yokai with the purging, but it's all about debuffs. If we get a cooldown character, I think Minnie would be unreal. Yeah, her cakes do crazy damage. Like, she works even in PvP. And she doesn't need any help. I think Dr. Facilier would be an S tier. You have a polymorph, you have an assigned taunt, you have a charm, you have an offense down, you're going to get healing when you kill the enemies. I think Dr. F is going to be back in the S tier for Summoner Showdown. I think for sure we're going to see him. I think he's definitely one that's going to get a spot. I think Dr. Facilier, no question, is going to get into the Showdown. Wasabi... I maxed out Wasabi. Like, I legit maxed out Wasabi all the way up. We can do some battles with him later if you guys want to. I maxed him out. I feel like Wasabi... Well, I guess I have one more piece. I lied to you guys. I feel like Wasabi is what he would be in regular PvP. He's an offense juggernaut. He has a good purge. He is pretty tanky, too. Wasabi feels like an A to me, but, like... He's kind of a hard one because he's single target damage. Like, Wasabi is such a weird... He's like, just like... When you compare him to like Shere Khan and you compare him to Zerg, I just don't think he's up to scuff with the other ones. Oogie Boogie, man. Boogie's got so much tank and survivability. He's got a freaking double taunt. He's got a silence and AoE. Dude, Boogie's gonna be legit. The Boogs is going to be legit, guys. I think Oogie Boogie, and he's got the speed, man. I think Oogie Boogie could be like one of the best tanks in it. Probably A. What did they do with his lighting? Whoa. Why does he look weird? I promise you guys, they adjusted this. This is not how he used to look. He was way more fluorescent green. Am I crazy? Am I crazy? He feels different here. Okay, you guys vote. You guys vote. Next one up, Big Baby. Now, Big Baby is going to be the same. It's going to depend solely on fear. Big Baby scales amazing. Big Baby can hit like a freaking freight train. if Big Baby can be tagged even with like Randall, he is going to be pretty good. I have a hard time putting him probably above B because of the reliance on other characters, but I kind of like it. Okay, we'll put Big Baby in A. I don't know what you guys are gonna say. Oogie got an S tier. I like it. We're gonna adjust the settings here in a moment. Next up is Pegasus. Now, Pegasus is interesting. I think Pegasus speed is gonna be faster than just about everyone else on the field. Pegasus AoE blinds are gonna be pretty clutch too. Like, to start the battle with that AoE blind to protect your team, I think Pegasus is going to be legit. Not an S tier character, but I think an A tier feels about right. Again, I think, yeah, no Fs yet, but we're going to probably adjust this here once we're kind of getting a good feeling here about the rest of them. Call me crazy. I think Simba's a game changer, man. In fact, I'm going to put him in A because here's the deal. Man, we're going to have to adjust this big time once we're done. Once we have him here, we might move some of these down. Like once we have some more of a comparison scale. Simba, the thing with Simba is the fact that he can do timeouts, the fact that he has the turn meter reduction, he's got a great taunt. I don't think this is much of an argument. I mean, I feel he's annoying, man. Simba is just flat out annoying, man. He's a monster in this game mode. He has like the Captain Jack Sparrow effect, you know what I mean? Where he's just way better. Chunk, guys. Chunkster. The Chunksters... man, the Chunkster... Chunk has got some low cooldowns, and he's going to be taunting all the time. Chunk also has, like, if I just organize by health, I don't even think he has a stone on. I'll be able to find him. Look at... He's got crazy good health. Man, I think Chunks already can almost work in like regular life PvP. Chunk is going to be really good. He's slow. He is slow to get that first turn, but then you want him to be slow. Chunk is going to be pretty solid. It's going to depend on who you pair him up with, but there's bound to be good harmful effect characters. You know, there's bound to be good harmful effect characters with him. I think I feel pretty good about that, no? Here's the deal. Let me sell you guys on BBW. He's probably an A tier, but let me sell you on why he could be an S tier. I was saying this at the beginning of the stream. Think about how Jack Sparrow is. Now, he's very slow, okay? BB-Dubs is slow, okay? He's a monster. The fact of the matter is, there's so many damn hero characters in this game, and because it's Summoner Showdown, the best hero characters aren't going to be there to slow him down. The villain characters aren't going to be there a ton. So you're going to be going up against a lot of villains. You're going to be going up against a lot of... or heroes, my bad. His passive does 35% extra damage on hero characters. He's got one of the hardest hitting moves. He gains an extra turn when he kills an opponent. So you're going to open up with probably a one-shot. And then he's going to go into either his AoE that gets rid of a taunt, if you want to. Oh, by the way, 40% chance to inflict defense down. Oh, and if they're hero, it's guaranteed. So, like, man, that's so annoying that it does that. I think that Big Bad Wolf, the damage that he does and the extra turn, he's like a Zerg that we'll see in the Summoner Showdown. I think S feels good to me. Merlin. Now, Merlin would have been tough to rank if we didn't get to use him. Merlin is a game changer. He's a game changer, man. The fact of the matter is he's pretty beefy. He's got the stun and the turn meter removal. His cleansing, it's like almost as good as in the raid. Like... is he an S tier because of that AoE cleansing? And it's funny because you do the exact same thing as you would on the raid. You continue to cleanse yourself, right? Like to get the cooldown over and over. Like Merlin, put it this way. Merlin on the other team was probably the one I hated the most. Like when going against him. I don't know. I think Phil is our first F tier, everybody. Give it up to Phil. Give it up to Phil for being our first F tier, everybody. I feel like I have no problem with that. Nice little F in the chat, little blue in the chat for Phil. I think that there's no way he's going to do a lot. I mean, Phil is... his passive is solid. His passive is solid. He's going to be F. I feel like Kristoff could be back again. Kristoff with that harmful immunity, with that taunt, with the trolls. Kristoff's going to be like Simba, man. He's going to be annoying as hell. I don't think he's going to be like S tier. He only gets harmful with on the field. Okay, you know what? The reason we're doing this is we're looking at these guys separately, right? So and here's the deal, guys. We're going to have to really test them. Again, we didn't know the characters that are good were going to be good until you got to use them with other characters. Kristoff Let's see. The trolls will be... This is a timeout. You get these trolls on the field, 18,000 health. Like, you're guaranteed to get a timeout on the field. 2-turn taunt. Yeah, he does need Ana. I did forget that. But on defense, he cleanses on defeat of a character. He's got... I don't know, man. Man, this ability... I'm already calling it now. This ability is going to be a pain in the ass. I feel like B is good. Okay. Wally, we've had Wally. We've had time to experiment with Wally. I like Wally's survivability. I like that he has a kind of a Pocahontas effect. Because he's one of the only AoE cleansers, actually, I think if they don't put Poca, they might put Poca. But if they don't put Pocahontas, I think Wally is A. Only because he's one of the only characters. He's got a Purge on basic, and he's one of the only characters with the AoE cleanse. He's got magic. I think Wally's A. I feel like it's weird putting him in A. I feel like it's weird having him in A, but it should work. Woody. The AoE haste is okay. But then I hate to do this. I do. I get that he's got good healing, which may keep him in B. I won't be that excited for Woody. I don't know if I'd feel... Yeah, Doug, for sure. His heals are nice. He's got to heal every other turn, too. The every other turn heal will be a lot better in this game mode rather than PvP. I think B sounds about right to me. You guys vote. I'm going to say B is probably where I'm going to put him at, okay? Gadget. By herself, man. Gadget by herself. No adventurers, right? You're going to just kind of hope that you can... You're going to just kind of hope that Gadget can get things rolling with your team. Like, if you get... Gadget's pretty fast. Where's she at? I'm just pulling her in the tech here. Gadget, what is she? Base speed? Actually, she's a little below average. But I think that this high IQ could be pretty solid. And she's got some good purging with her Yoink. I think she actually steals buffs. Yeah, she transfers buffs. I think Gadget's going to be better than we think. Man, King Candy, his taunts are going to be fine. He's okay on his damage. People kind of sleep on the damage that he can put out. I just don't know if he's going to, like... Man, I don't know. I don't think King Candy's going to be worth having. He's a taunt, so I feel like he'll be a little bit better, but I just don't think he's going to give you what you want on somebody's Showdown. I think King Candy's kind of by himself as a tank down here, if we're being honest. Judy hops. Now, Judy does Moana-type damage. I think the thing with Judy is she has an AoE 2-turn slow. You guys know I've been using her a lot. The lead with the Downtown Heroes too, a maxed out Judy lead. You know there's going to be Downtown Heroes in this Summoner Showdown, right? Like, you know that's going to happen. I feel like you could definitely put her. I think you could put her in the S tier. I think you could. He has the assist calling. The assigning taunts is going to be annoying more than it is helpful. I think it's going to be more annoying than it is helpful. I really do. I think that he's probably D. Because the assist calling will be nice, but then Lotso's basic is legit just horrid. I think this probably is going to make the most sense. Probably. Spin is kind of a self... You know what? With all the buffs going out, guys, like, what Spin does well is that Spin can take buffs from other people. He hits pretty hard. If you have Shadow, he'll be great. Spin will be an interesting one. I feel like B tier just because of his reliance on some other characters. We had Lotso in D. We're going to put him in B. I think this feels good to me. Elastigirl, guys, I don't know why I have to keep selling her. Elastigirl doesn't need her friends. She doesn't need her family. Elastigirl has forgotten about her family. Her Elastigirl is going to be a better Pete. Like, she can... Here's the deal. Keep in mind, I don't have the 50% upgrade on, I think, either of these, right? Without the upgrade at T8, Elastigirl does 7,000 damage. So you're looking at like 12,000 damage. She transfers effects. Elastigirl's probably the easiest A tier for just a pure damage dealer. In fact, I'll say this. I'd rather Elastigirl probably than Wasabi. A for damage dealer, like she's just a cut and dry damage dealer. We're gonna have to move some of these people down, or I'm just gonna extend this A tier. And people are gonna complain that I have too many in A tier, but it is what it is. Horn King. I think Horn King's better than we thought. I think Horn King's AoE heal's nice. I think the Cauldron's worthless. I think that his heal block and his damage output's pretty good. He feels he feels better than Spin. Like, Spin would have to go here. B is like, he's pushing C or B. He's pushing, like, his sustainability with his heals is what kind of keeps him up here. I think B is, I like him. I think he performed a lot better than we would have thought. Olaf's charm was not bad, guys. And the speed reduction, I think C or D maybe. His charm, like, you can't underrate charm in this game mode. And him giving tactics is pretty solid. He was surprisingly helpful. He was surprisingly pretty solid. I would give him like a C, maybe a B. Violet's got to go down. Like, the more I like her, Violet can easily move up, but I'm gonna have her down. We're gonna put Olaf in C solely. Probably D. I mean, I know he's got a taunt and all. His damage is okay, but I just feel like he's got it. He can call a random character to assist. That's gonna be decent. He'll have a 30% chance to do so. Top scare, you get fear. Okay. You're going to deal pretty good damage with fear. He's pretty thick. But I think he's going to end up in C tier. Oh no, we don't want to close that out. That would have been bad if we close that out. I think D might be a little critical on him, but I do think that C is also, I think D. If we're going to be critical, I think D. I'd much rather have Olaf than I would Sully. Tinkerbell. Nope, anger. Let's do anger. Okay. Here's the deal with anger, guys. I think he got talked up a lot before the showdown, and I think he didn't deliver as much as we thought. I think he is B, borderline A, probably A. I like his passive. I think it's B. I don't know. I feel like it's between the two. Like, I felt like he was really easy to control throughout the match. His damage is pretty good. He's got the ability to nuke somebody completely. I would put him in A. Tinkerbell. Let's pull up Tinkerbell. Because Tink could be, like, ridiculous. Tink could be pretty crazy. You've got yourself a nice turn meter reduction by 30%. That's going to be pretty dang weird or crazy. You got a nice shield you can give to allies. That's going to be pretty legit. She's still Tinkerbell. I'd probably a B feels about right. I feel like if she has Oceanic, she might be able to push it a little bit further. Jack Sparrow. I think Jack Sparrow's an easy A tier. We're going to have to move these around a little bit, but I think Captain Jack is an easy A tier because the charm, because the AoE. I think Jack is no question. The adjacent, yeah, B's probably even nice, actually. Like, I'd rather have Olaf than Tink at the moment. We'll have to see. The adjacent charm is like freaking fire. Jack Skellington. Jack's an interesting one. Here's the thing about Jack. Jack's passive might actually be fire. It's got no cooldown. How fast is he? I only have him at T7, but look at this. He's going to be able to inflict offense down on all opponents. A 65% chance. No joke. No joke. I think freaking Jack Skellington might be pretty damn good. But I think he'd be in B tier. Sounds about, yeah, I think B sounds about right. He might surprise us even more, but I feel like that's about right. Sally was pretty good. Sally's debuffs are nice. Sally controlled the field really well. I don't want to put everybody in A tier, but it's all about debuffs, and the blinds with the sleep are nice. I think she's high in B. I think she's high in B as well. Let's talk about Goofy. Now, Goofy is going to be able to cleanse as well. He's going to be able to transfer those harmful effects. He's got his taunt, and he's got a decent basic to call assist. I think that he's too reliant on the Sensational 6, and he's too slow. I feel like C tier is probably the best. By the way, if this does go on YouTube, we're on a hype train right now, which is why you see all the craziness right now. We got an incredible club and incredible support here. Yes, Marbles is level 5. Marbles is level 5, as well as we'll give away a Mewtwo in the Poke Battles. Randall Boggs, you know, We'll see how Randall ends up being. I think Randall is going to be better than we think he will in the showdown because I think he's going to stand out a bit more. He's got a 2-turn silence. If it gets upgraded at gear 9, I think they said level 4 ability. So is it level 3 or level 4? I'm not sure. But 2-turn silence, you're going to reduce turn meter. You're going to get pretty good damage. His passive's nice. I think Randall might end up near the B tier in the showdown. I think he's just going to be better than we thought. I think he has B tier potential with the turn removal, with the silence. Randall's S tier. We wish. He'll get CC to death. Yeah, that's a good point, Kirk. More do. Is the Summoner Showdown going to bring our favorite neighborhood bear that's not Pooh Bear up to a decent grade? Now, he's got a AoE offense down. Nope, it's just on the target. I lied. He can put it on the adjacents. He has a taunt. He's got a good stun. He's got some slows. He's got some good CC, actually. I feel like maybe he'll squeak into the B tier, man. I actually like Cogsworth in regular PvP more than Summoner Showdown. I feel like his defense, you can at least work with your own roster. He's going to do okay damage. Maybe a C. Maybe he's like King Candy level. I don't even think I'd put him at King Candy. Flynn is good with Rapunzel. He's not as bad as people think. He gains turn meter on basic. He can steal magic. He can steal helpful effects with not taunt. If they don't have helpful effects, he has charm. Keep in mind, charm's a lifesaver. So with charm, I have him at C. Probably the least I have him at is C. Maximus is going to be amazing. Maximus is going to be borderline A tier. And let me tell you why. I can't fit these people anymore. When we rearrange him, I'll change it up. Maximus has 2 abilities, great health. But Maximus, look at this. I think he could even be B. Flynn could be B. We have a bad taste in our mouths. Guys, Maximus has taunts on both of these, and he summons units. And he can put offense down on hit. He's going to be annoying. He's going to be like a super Raja, if you will. I think Shank might be at least a D tier in Summoner Showdown. She's one of the worst characters in the game. But I think in Summoner Showdown, she'll be okay because of her speed. Like, God, she's so bad, man. I'm not trying to say she's good. I just think she's at maybe a D. Maybe a D. I'm not even going to try to make her better. Aladdin. The speed reduction's nice. The decent hit ability is nice. I feel like Aladdin is slightly better than Horn King, which would put him at the end of B. I think Aladdin's in the end of B. He's got health regeneration. His magic carpet's pretty solid too. Yeah, I would say Aladdin feels... I like Al. I do like Al. I think Al's going to do okay. I think he barely hits B. I think he's a little better than Horn King. That's where I put him. Darkwing, guys, let's not overdo ourselves. The Purge was nice. The blinds were good. We used it because of the bonus damage. If he's going against villains, he's a little bit better. Talk me into C. I'm going to put him in a D. But talk me into C. But I don't think I can put him there. I think Jingles could be B, maybe high C tier. I think he was better than Mancy. Crixus, you have him at 8.5. I don't. I'd be hard pressed to put him in B. He's got a lot of health. He can do some decent things. Let's not get too crazy. Let's not get too crazy here. The problem with the queen is things don't change for her. Things don't change for her even when she is in Summoner Showdown. This has way too big of a cooldown. It's going to have a 3-turn cooldown. The soldiers don't have a lot of health. She does purge, which will be nice. In fact, if they give her level 4, which I keep forgetting if they scale that, she gets an AoE purge. Antagonize is a decent passive. I feel like if we're being generous for her, we'll let her end on a C tier. Lumiere. All right, guys. Doodle Spork would explode if he heard this. I'll be honest. I think Lumiere is going to be in the S tier. Maybe even A. Maybe even A. I think that Lumiere is going to do really well in this game mode, guys. Like, he's just going to do well. He's going to control the field a ton. He's got it. Okay, maybe he's not S because he needs Kingdom Synergy. But he's not going to be as bad as you think, guys. He's not going to be as bad as people think. I think S is pushing it. I feel uncomfortable putting him in S and putting Merlin in A. But I will put Lumiere in A tier, high A. It's a little nuts. You know what it is? This is what I'll say. if you have a good Kingdom teammate like Raya or something for the Showdown, I think that Lumiere will be a lot better. I just don't think we could put him quite high. Pain and Panic, there's no way in hell that they're in the Showdown. Jessie to me still feels like a D, and that's being nice. Cruella, we've been using her. Cruella's weird, guys. Cruella could be here, here, or here, or even here if she doesn't have the right supports around her. I feel like if we take to heart the characters with summonable units, I feel like Cruella averages at a B. Eve's ability to take down the summonable units, maybe she's like near the top of A, but like Eve is a game winner in a lot of ways. I don't think she was my best character on the board by any means, but there's enough tech characters, the control that she has, the vulnerables that she has, the continuous healing that she takes. I'm talking myself more into A with her, although I think she does a pretty good job kind of overall helping out the team. She's pretty solid. A lot of you guys are kind of all over the board with her. They're not super relevant, to be fair. Yeah, I don't know. She just has great stats too, man. Probably high A feels about right. Barley, I don't really care. Barley's in an A tier. He can remove taunt. He supercharges any of your characters on the field. He has great basic. Barley's an A. Or Barley's an S tier. I feel pretty confident about Barley being in the S tier. Pretty damn confident. I think Fixit's healing is pretty good. I think he's not going to do enough, so maybe not A, but Fixit will definitely be better in this game mode than he is on the other ones. I think that if he can get his like super move, it's going to be a lot better. Gaston's A, Gaston's A, Gaston's C simply because he's slow. But is he though? He does get most of his speed, obviously. He gets a lot of speed at T8.5. In fact, I think he's what? He's at... No. He's at 131 minus 8. He is a little slow, but it doesn't really matter. You want him to be slow once he gets that taunt up anyway. I think Mother Gothel is going to be more of that bonus character. She's going to be the Cruella of one of the future events. Mother Gothel has a great opening turn. Her stealth, she'll have more time to survive. I think when you get controlled to death. With who? By whom? Who's going to control Gaston? Gaston doesn't warrant enough to ask for all of the control, whereas the other characters on the field, like your heavy hitters, are probably going to ask more for it. I hope we don't see Merida. We're getting down to some of the better characters in the game. Hear me out, y'all. I think Glue is going to put Shere Khan in the Showdown, which will make no sense because he's insane. He's amazing, and no one seems to realize it. Shere Khan... Showdown was made for Shere Khan. Shere Khan is an independent assassin. He doesn't give a damn about anybody else. Glitch without Ralph will probably make it in the Showdown. I feel pretty good about that. Her speed, her evasion. I think Glitch could also be an S tier. Let me know y'all's thoughts there. I don't think Rapunzel makes it, sadly. We'll get rid of her. I also don't think Sean Yu is going to make it. He's too good of a lead. I think Anna will make it. I'm just looking at the rest of them here. Madam Mim makes it. Sergeant, Daisy. Okay, so here's the rest of them. This is all we have left. I also, sadly, I don't think King Triton's going to make it just because of his leadership. Okay. Madam Mim. Madam Mim felt like an A tier to me. I felt like she did enough on the field that she was pretty solid. We're going to have to really adjust some of these characters here, guys. Once we're done placing these few ones, I need y'all's help if we want to bump any down. But overall, I feel like we're doing a pretty solid job with it. Glitch would be S. Anna with the AoE offense down. Anna with the AoE offense down. With the turn, with the assist calling, I think Anna is arguable S tier as well. Fred's fast. Fred has a good continuous damage bomb. Fred has a taunt. He puts Intimidate on the field. He doesn't feel quite like an S tier to me. Yes. Yeah, D4. Insanely broken, D. Insanely. I don't think Scrooge makes it either, guys. Scrooge feels too good to make it. Who would have guessed this was our S tier, y'all? Honestly, I'll be honest. Do we think Calhoun is S tier or just really high A tier? Calhoun in Showdown is gonna be annoying. She's gonna have the taunt on the side. She's gonna have a big burst damage. Maybe she's more of an A tier caliber. Core's A tier. I can say that pretty confidently. Not crazy, but not you know, bad either. I want to see Cora without Maurice, you know. I think Calhoun would be S. I think Calhoun has everything you want, and I think Daisy is probably high A. Yeah, while we're looking at this, you got to understand that Elastigirl does insane damage and works with debuffs and buffs, which are the best at the board. Baloo does seem a little high, and Eric seems a little high too. I love Eric. I think he's going to be great. He just seems a little bit high. And I also think B's getting a little bit packed now too. Here, let me move this over. B's getting a little bit packed now too. But I feel like we could put Ariel down here too. I think we nailed this. Raya is the only one that I think we could move up. I know that sounds crazy. I just think Raya's passive and her damage is good enough to warrant her moving up. And I feel like if they put her in there, she's going to be a bonus character, and they'll put in adventures to make people want to get her, if that makes sense. I'm going to state in the YouTube video that these are not going to be ranked by order. Elsa has got no shot to be in the Summoner Showdown. There's not a chance. Not a chance. Alrighty, Cozy Club. Well, hopefully you guys enjoyed that style of a tier list. If you guys skip to the end, this is going to be the master polished off tier list of all the characters and where we think they are going to rank for Summoner Showdown. Now, did I whiff a ton? Did I get most of them right? Let me know down in the comments below, and also like today's video if you enjoyed this format. If you haven't already, subscribe to the Cozy Club today. It is absolutely free. And until next time, stay cozy.